Ignore all the bad sounds. Didn't have the headphones plugged in at first. My bad. Oops. Man, it's always impressive how loud this music is. I have to turn it down so much. Okay, got that stuff. Hang on, uno momento. And stuff. There we go. Anyway. Hey one and all. People. Random folk. I'm your host as usual, Chris. And we're in a drastic situation. So yeah, let's just get right into it. What do you mean, the last Steel Samurai? I know it's a shock, but nothing can be done to save it now. Whoever really did kill Mr. Hammer also signed the Steel Samurai's death warrant. Suspicious Gertron? Sure. No. I also heard that Global Studios is going to change its programming. They're going to make it a kids show. They're not going to make it a kids show anymore. What? Why? I don't know. It's sad, but that's what Global Studios decided.
Why aren't they going to make it a kids show anymore?
The studio bigwigs want the Steel Samurai. Don't want the Steel Samurai around anymore. They want to forget all of this ever happened. They want it to quit. You understand? What? No, I don't understand. That doesn't sound right. How can they just do that? What about all the kids who love Steel Samurai? It's okay. I'm sure the kids will be fine. They'll find a new hero to follow. No, that can't be true. If the program just ends, they'll be heartbroken for sure. Nick, say something.
Yeah. What she said. I think evidence rather than words is called for here. Here, take a look at this.
And this is...
A fan collected all these photos. The kids love Steel Samurai, and the show shouldn't be cancelled just so some adults can save face. I would think you'd understand that better than anyone.
Unless I'm a murderer, no. Okay. But what can I do?
Well, for starters, you can confess to murder. You can tell me something. Tell me what it is that Global Studios is so intent on hiding. Tell me about this incident 5 years ago.
Okay.
Can you tell us what happened 5 years ago?
Well, I can tell you what I've heard. Apparently 5 years ago someone died, and it was Hammer's fault. Someone died? It was an accident, of course. Anyway, the producer, Miss Verquez, managed to hush it up.
And that's the dirt she had on Hammer?
And that's why Mr. Hammer would do anything Miss Verquez asked him to do. But it was an accident, right? Why didn't they just make it public? Well, you know, Mr. Hammer was a big star back then. They were afraid about what would happen to his career if word got out. I see. You know who knows more about this? Miss Oldbag. She was here at the studios back then, you know.
Thanks. We'll try asking her. If she'll talk. Which she probably won't. We're still not off the suspect list, lady. But no, I think we're going it's either director, Vasquez, or both of them.
What? You're still slinking around. If you like the place so much, why don't you take it over for me?
The old windbag doesn't look so good.
Everybody's doing their darnest to forget Hammer. Who do they think they made Global Studios what it is today? Hammer. It's all due to Hammer.
She's starting to froth at the mouth, Nick. Maybe you should keep a safe distance. It's probably the director, but it's probably the producer. I mean, the producer is Vasquez, the director's Salmonella. But yeah, it's probably the producer. That being said, the director could be liable because he was probably sitting there watching the guy die, or he was like told to do it. So it's both their faults. Ugh.
I wanted to ask you about 5 years ago.
Who told? Who did you hear that from?
Huh?
Nicholas.
Nichols?
Nichols, Nick. Penny Nicholas. The assistant we talked to.
Oh, right. Anyway, we heard about that incident. It was during filming with Jack Hammer. He killed a man, didn't he?
Whippersnappers. Dreading up dirt on someone's past like that, and the recently departed, no less. I suppose you think this is fun.
No, I'm just doing my job to protect Mr. Powers.
And you claim that Hammer stole Powers' costume. You expect me to believe that rubbish? Or do you have some kind of proof?
Proof that he stole the Powers costume, huh? I'm sorry, Miss Oldbag, but I do have proof. I can prove that Mr. Hammer stole Mr. Powers' costume. Mr. Powers ate a T-bone steak for lunch, correct?
Well, yes, so?
This is the plate that he used to eat that steak. There are traces of sleeping pill powder on the plate.
But, I bet Powers put that in there himself. Even though like him must have had trouble sleeping sometimes.
Except I have proof that Hammer put the pills in. This bottle contains sleeping pills. Mr. Hammer's fingerprints were on the bottle. It's not our fault. God told her to do it. She's not a killer anyways. Probably. She's just negligent.
I see. Poor Hammer. You did wrong, Hammer. Rest your soul.
Miss Oldbag?
Okay, you win. I'll talk. I'm tired, see? Tired of holding it all in.
Miss Oldbag.
You're right. 5 years ago, there was an incident. A fatal incident. What's worse, a paparazzi took a photo of it. That photo, well, it caused quite a stir. And guess who made it all better? Vasquez. She has ties to the Mafia. She silenced the paparazzi. That was the beginning. After that, she became a force to be reckoned with here at the studio.
I see.
But you have to understand. Poor old Hammer never meant any harm to anyone.
Miss Oldbag.
Hold on a minute.
Poor Miss Oldbag.
Here, take this.
A photograph?
Oh, so that was the... that was the bent flower part that we saw? I knew that would come into play at some point. I told everyone. They didn't believe me, but I told them. Rainbows are gay. What? Why'd you just randomly say that, perp?
Wait a second.
This is the picture.
Is this the trailer in Studio 2?
Hammer was supposed to fight with a bad guy on top of those stairs. He pushed the other actor and then fell onto the flower box fence.
But how did you get this?
It was a long time ago. I don't feel much like talking about it.
I understand.
Well, that's pretty incriminating evidence. Hey, do you suddenly want to talk to us if we show you this?
He's not even looking.
Where?
What?
Where did he... Where did you get that? Old bag.
Old...
She means the security lady, Miss Oldbag, Nick.
Right. Anyway, Miss Vasquez, you hid this incident from the press, didn't you? And you used it to control Mr. Hammer.
The wind.
The what?
It's gotten stronger, don't you think? The wind. Your conversation interests me. Let's talk about it more inside the trailer where no one can hear you scream.
Nick, she went inside this trailer. And then she's going to push us off and make us fall on that spike. Oh, we can't look at that spike now?
You came. Well then, what was that you were talking about?
Why is she so eager to talk all of a sudden? Miss Vasquez, you were using that incident. You were blackmailing Mr. Hammer so you could control him, weren't you? That's why he was doing the kids' show, for petty change.
So I'm a blackmailer now.
Well, that's what it was, wasn't it? I mean, sure, it was an accident, but you used it to drag Mr. Hammer down from his rightful place as a star.
No. I haven't pulled anyone down from anywhere. Mr. Hammer's career went sour of its own accord.
But... you were the cause. You pressured him. And to think it was just an accident.
Excuse me. What is this all about? You keep saying accident. How are you so sure?
What do you mean?
I must spell everything out for you. Think. What would it be if it wasn't an accident?
No. No way. You mean Mr. Hammer did it? On purpose?
That's what I mean.
Where's your proof? Can you prove it?
Just think. Would he have let me run his life for 5 years over a mere incident? And I ran him hard, believe you and me.
But the security lady said it was an accident.
Oh. Well, she was a big fan of Hammer's, you see. She jumped on the reporter who brought that photo into the studio. She wrenched it out of his hand, she did. Gave him a few bruises, too.
So that's why she had the photo.
She's an old fool. Of course, all the reporter would need is the negatives. He could have made a copy, but he didn't. The only copy of that photo is the one you hold. Give it to me now.
What? This is valuable evidence.
Boys.
Yeah, see, that's why we shouldn't have gone in there.
Who are they?
Professionals. They're good at erasing various things. What do you think? Would you like to be erased?
What?
The trial ends tomorrow. How unfortunate. It's a shame you'll have to miss it.
Tell me why. Why do you want this photograph so badly? This is Mr. Hammer's dirt, no? Why should D. Vasquez care about it at all?
I'm sure you'll have plenty of time to think about that, where you're going. So long, friends. Boys, a race away.
No! Are we gonna get buried alive? Oh.
Hold it right there. I heard everything, pal. D. Vasquez, You're coming down to the precinct with me now. Not bad. Very well. It appears this contest will be decided tomorrow then in court. I'll be looking forward to it. With a very aggressive smoking. Hey, you okay, pal? Sorry I was a little late with my entrance. I don't get many chances to practice that sort of thing.
Detective Gumshoe. Thank you. I was really scared.
Don't mention it, pal. Just, doing my job. You know, like my actual job for once, and not just being dumb.
Detective Gumshoe?
Sorry, it's just... I've wanted to say that line ever since I became a detective. Okay, I got one more job to do today. I'm sure we'll run into each other again soon.
Well, Nick, it looks like we're getting close to the bottom of this.
And who's at the bottom? Steve Vasquez. Or at least she's part of the problem.
It seems like it's kind of obvious that either she had a whole bunch of people murder him, or she just made the director do it, since the director was willing to do anything. So pretty much she's just a crime lord. She's a crime lord with a movie studio. Or TV studio. Pretty much. Nothing good. October 20th, 10 a.m. District Court. Courtroom number 4. What do you think will happen on Halloween?
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well, Mr. Ebsworth, your opening statement.
In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was in fact Studio 2. Today I'll call people present in Studio 2 trailer that day. Call on people. From their testimony, the truth will be clear.
Very well.
Edgeworth seems a bit on edge today. Probably because he knows he's gonna lose.
You may call your first witness to the stand, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, we're starting with Vasquez right away.
Let's do it. The prosecution calls D. Vasquez to the stand. Miss D. Vasquez is a producer who was present in Studio 2 trailer that day. Will the witness state her name and occupation?
D. Vasquez. I'm a producer for Global Studios.
On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2.
As everyone here knows, yes. I dislike needless banter. You must proficientgate. Do it when I'm not here. Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder.
Nick, I know she did it. Make her pay.
Right. If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak. I think she's wearing a dress.
I entered the trailer, a little before noon. The meeting began at 12. Sharp, it ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30 we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later when we all went to Studio 1. That's all. I have a question about part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you? The van. Hmm? There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in it.
Wow, she's kinda just telling us right now that she put Hammer's body in the van to drive it over to Studio 1. She's just blatantly telling us. I mean, I guess for a testimony, it makes sense she would tell us for, well, it makes sense she would say it, but it's also bad that she's saying it, so you know, double-edged sword.
I thought it might be risky to walk, what with my monkey's head toppled over.
I see. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it.
Day of the murder. By yourself?
Yes.
And you didn't stop in the employee area?
No.
I always like this Tars.
Yes.
Oh dear.
The meeting began at 12 sharp and ended at 4.
Yeah, that's what she says. Did no one leave during the meeting?
No one.
Come on, let's talk a bit more about that. The witness did not come to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony.
The same could be said of you, Mr. Edgeworth. And please stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ears.
That's pretty good. And when exactly was that?
I've forgotten.
Maybe you could try remembering.
No.
The meeting ended at 4, and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5. I would think it was between those times. You would think? Come on, all you did was state the obvious, Edgeworth. Hold on. You had Sal take you? What does that mean? We already went over that.
It means what I just said. I had Sal take me into the Studio 2 van.
Oh, alright. And what were you doing during that time?
Don't eat your desk. It irritates me.
Yeah, Mr. Wright. Oops.
It was a 15-minute break.
Do you have someone who can verify this?
Sal,
No, I mean someone else.
one person is enough.
If she committed murder during that break, she wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. If I had some evidence that proved she didn't eat that steak.
Well, Nick, find anything?
I kinda wish she'd said a little more.
It's hard. I think she's pretty used to being the boss. I'm sure you'll find some kind of contradiction in what she said, somewhere.
Oh wait, this is the same thing before? What evidence do we have? Use the van to drive. After that... Some way to prove she didn't eat the steak. That part's the hard part. I mean, this part would be what it was, because they didn't have a bone on the plate, but I don't know if they're gonna let me use that. Like, they have it here, so they want me to use it for some reason, but they still have the sleeping bottle here. I don't know if they would let me do that. Or did they want me to say, you couldn't have gone in the van because the crane didn't pick up the thing right away? But she is implying that she left at 4, so the crane would have already came. feel like they want me to use this, but I'm not sure if they want me to use it. Will this work? Ah, as I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone steak. But I say you did not.
Hmm? What's this now, Mr. Wright?
Look at this.
It's, a plate?
This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Okay, so yeah, they were going on my logic. I wasn't sure if they would. Mr. Wright, need I remind you that it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Mr. Squares and Mr. Mr. Manila ate at a table outside the trailer. Yet there were no bones left on the plates. The plates were bare. Miss Vasquez? Tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how. You ate the bone too. You ate a boneless steak. You didn't eat any steak during the break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere like that incinerator.
I see. Then what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break?
Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? She was meeting the Steel Samurai.
Order. Are you saying?
Yes, Your Honor. As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai, and then you did it. You killed him with your own hands.
Mr. Wright, isn't that a little presumptuous?
Probably. What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright?
Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it.
Yes. I don't think she did it either. She wouldn't have gotten her hands dirty. But she caused it.
Fascinating. I was worried today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let's have a battle of wits, you and I.
Any day, Vasquez.
Good luck, Nick.
Isn't she just bluntly admitting it by saying it like that, too? Did anyone else in the court hear that? I'm pretty sure she kinda did.
What was the murder weapon? Oh yes, the samurai spear.
Yes.
I am, as you can see, a woman of petty stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon?
I mean... it was duct taped. So she could have just made him die the same exact way the other guy died. I think you would have a great deal of difficulty using that as a weapon. Pretty much anyone would.
You see? My smoking is getting worse.
No. Yes, however, that has no bearing in this case.
Meaning?
The samurai spear was not the murder weapon. Okay, so I was right.
What is the meaning of this? The spear was found laying next to the victim's body.
I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not the murder weapon. I haven't said anything yet. What? I didn't. I thought they wanted me to show. Like, it's clear that, yes, it wouldn't work because it was duct taped and stuff. It's a prop weapon. I got that part. I just thought they were wanting me to go like, this is the actual murder weapon. I guess that's the next part. I did it too soon. They had their laugh. I like how they had that scene, though.
I can sense you're showing the wrong evidence.
I present my proof. The so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast. Remember that this spear broke during the morning action scene run-through. But someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me how is it possible for someone to stab a man who is wearing a thick costume with this through the chest?
Order, order.
Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're...
Silence! I'm the one testifying here, and I will be heard. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell what was. How was Hammer killed?
Mr. Wright, can you tell us what the murder weapon used to kill was? I can tell.
Yes, I would like to... Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the murder weapon was? She ate the bone. Anyway.
I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfound, Mr. Wright. Very well, let's see this murder weapon then.
Look at this photo.
What is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing on top of the stairs. Order, order. I cannot have order. The trial will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is this all about?
There's photographs of some 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at the studios. What does that have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it? See the fallen man in the photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest? What? Are you saying? Yes. What happened 5 years ago was the same thing that happened now. Has happened again.
Mr. Wright, continue.
It's 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder. Miss D. Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer had himself done 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say.
In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died the same way that he caused another man to die. 5 years ago.
Precisely. Ironic, isn't it?
Oh, very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my scriptwriting staff.
You deny that what I say is true?
Mr. Wright, let's say for the sake of the argument, that Hammer died at the trailer as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? And in the evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1 and returned to the trailer all in the space of 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body?
The break in the meeting at the trial lasted 15 minutes, from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, and carried to Studio 1 and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time.
Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body?
She couldn't have deal with it. I bet she could move it. She had another way. Aren't these two things the same exact thing? And yes. Yes, perp.
Christ. Oh my god.
What if she had another way to carry the body, other than with her own hands?
For instance...
The way that you already told us at the beginning of the trial. Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body.
Interesting. Let's hear it then.
No, John. She used the van.
Well, pretty sure it's how she carried the body.
Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1. And you used the studio van to do it. You piece of filth. Man, a lot of fires keep going on recently, I guess. Recall your testimony. Yeah, she just literally said that. You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume. Hold on, Wright. Don't forget it was Salmonella that drove the van. Are you suggesting that Vanilla was a conspirator? Of course Salmonella has to have been a conspirator. The body had to be placed in the van and put into the costume. There's no way Vasquez could have done it alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that soul incinerator. Well, Miss Vasquez, shouldn't I continue?
No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose, you win. It was fun.
I win. What? So, what happens now? Don't question mark me. I can read that text box. Don't you have anything to say?
What would you like me to say?
Huh? I lost something like that?
I just said that.
Wait, so you mean Divexis, so it was you? You killed Jack Hammer.
Who can say?
Huh?
Are you sure I did? Mr. Wright, we just engaged in battle of wits. And as a result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer.
Right.
But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack the decisive proof, Mr. Wright.
What? What? Decisive proof? We're not supposed to use real evidence in this court.
Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts?
Of course, it's as the witness says. Certainly it does seem like very likely she did it, but, there's no proof. Wait, Gumshoe. Where's he? Edgeworth isn't sure.
Well, I came here as a witness today. No more questions, I'll be leaving.
What do I do now? I'd like you to testify again.
Testify again?
Know when to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. I already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? You would ask the same questions, get the same answer. A waste of time.
Don. To come so far only to fail. Where's that Don detective? He said he would come again.
As it seems. there are no further questions. I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Miss Viquez.
Wait, Edgeworth objected?
Yes, Mr. Edgeworth?
I was hoping to come up with a question when I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't.
I see. Very well.
Your Honor, I request that the witness testify again.
You're the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness.
I just want to hear your testimony again.
Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes.
Mr. Edgeworth, I too see little point in making Miss Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly do you want her to testify about?
Well, yes, Indeed, verily I say, ergo. I want to hear what happened after they found the body.
After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter.
Nick, why did Edgeworth...
Who knows? Even though that we already know, because they already said that he hates people that get away with murder and stuff, and he automatically already knows that this girl is guilty now, so he's like, you know, I should probably help them, because I don't like people to, you know, be criminals. They already explained Edgeworth doesn't like criminals. He can tell this girl's a criminal. I think Edgeworth is just using to right now and is giving up on the fighting. No, he just likes putting away criminals. He just sometimes doesn't realize who is a criminal and who isn't. He probably realized she did it too.
But, wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that.
Edgeworth.
I was with the cell, an old bag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. Security lady...
It always comes up in a weird time.
Security lady old bag was quite agitated, pointing at Powers saying he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and director's notes. Then I went home.
I see no issues raised by the testimony. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
Okay, Nick, we're really close. She may be acting tough now. But if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the key you need to twist the truth out of her, Nick.
Right. Phoenix, right? See what I did there? No. We're just gonna pick her apart.
What?
What time was that?
We were at the meeting at 5 for the rehearsal, so I'd say it was then.
When exactly did you and Mr. Manila arrive at the studio? When?
About 10 minutes before. I wasn't stuffing any bodies into costumes, mind you.
Where were the other employees when you got to the studio?
They weren't there yet.
Well, then you could have put Hammer in that costume and someone else out.
Oh. What did I just say? Did I not just say I wasn't stuffing bodies into any costumes? Try to listen to what people are saying, boy.
Boy?
The witness will continue her testimony.
Mr. Powers was taking a nap, correct?
So he says.
And did no one go to call him?
Remember,
Remember what?
there was a dead body laying in front of us, and you expect me to be calm.
You certainly seemed calm enough when I accused you of murder. Wait a second. Wouldn't that be the other way around?
The other way around.
You discovered a murderer, a murdered body, and one person was missing, right? Wouldn't you normally go looking for the missing person?
I have to agree with the defense on this one. Well, Miss Vickers?
Logically speaking, perhaps. But no one was there thinking very logically, I assure you. Also, without a Steel Samurai costume, Powers doesn't really stand out. They often left him on the bus when shooting a location no one noticed he was missing.
Or Powers. What was... what was everyone else doing at the time?
No one said a thing. Was silent, completely silent.
Interesting. Why was it completely silent? They never saw a dead body before or something? Never seen a dead body before, bro? Also, I always forget to do this.
Sorry, I'm late. And silence, dead silence. Silence.
Hey, Nick. Why is everyone so quiet? Someone should do something to lighten things up.
Old bag. The security lady. Why did the security lady think Powers had done it?
She said because she saw him going toward the studio.
Right, the Steel Samurai. Did the detective arrest Mr. Powers based solely on the security lady's word?
Perhaps not. She seems to have also given the detective that photograph. Of course, I heard all this after the fact.
That photograph, meaning the one taken by the security camera.
She's not known for exhibiting the best sense of judgment when it comes to Hammer.
I don't think there's anything in there I can use. You asked to be left out.
Yes. It seems that everyone else was questioned. I'm really not fond of that sort of thing.
But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question.
Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand since we were in the meeting. There was no way we could have been involved, thus they covered us.
Covered for you? I covered it up for you. There must have been a lot of writing on it, with all those bigwigs at the meeting. I'm sure our professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning. The script in your director's notes?
They're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen.
No, I guess not. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio 1 for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring a script and notes?
Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything.
Why?
There was a murder after all. Who could think of rehearsing after that?
Doesn't that just contradict it? She was going to the studio, she didn't know there was a murder. Your Honor, I have an objection to the witness's last statement. Exactly. Think. It's because she didn't bring the script. Because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. And you see what that means? She would have to have known the murder before going to Studio 1. Thanks, Edgeworth. I could have done that myself, but apparently my character's too dumb. I like how Edgeworth is being the defense here.
Mr. Edgeworth, what you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Were you thinking of a career change to defense?
I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I'll stand by my statement, however, regardless if the court sees my role here. Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have an explanation? I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me.
So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense. What kind of court is this? No matter. Think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal.
Very well. Would the witness change her testimony to reflect this reason?
How did you know about the injury?
How did I know? Sal, he told me.
Sal the director.
You have to find something to peg her on this, or everything we've done until now will have been a waste. I believe in you, Nick. Go get him.
So Edgeworth is now trying to jail the murderer instead of making his client win all the time? I guess. At least for this case. Oh, okay. Never mind. They want me to... Newhammers was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind. Would I need to use the photo? I don't have the photo of the Steel Samurai anymore. I can only think to show this, but I'm not sure what else. What would they want me to use? I don't know, I'll try it. You knew that Hammers was injured. Don't you think that's a little funny? Okay, so they were going off the time. I figured they were going off the time, but I wasn't sure if they were, because this game's logic can be weird, but you know, sometimes you get it right. I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers.
Mr. Wright, explain yourself.
Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo. That's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Yeah, we already established that we know that this was the other guy. So the actual one wasn't actually injured, so she wouldn't have known.
Me pretending.
One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why do you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? See, so they got the wrong information that way? Okay, that made more sense.
I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right. He must have gotten it wrong.
I think not. Mr. Manello was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss Vasquez. Actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Manella. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes.
Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured?
Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers.
Oh.
And when he was doing this... Well... It would have to have been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume and went to Studio 2 where he was murdered. Exactly. Double team. Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. Mr. Hammer was in the Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning.
Order? Order? I would have order.
Witness? Can you refute this claim?
Yeah,
Yeah, let's see you sneak out of this one, Vasquez.
very well. I have a question for you.
Nah. Why are the real killers always so persistent?
Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he had fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing.
Well, John, you might actually be right. I wasn't sure at first if they would go with that, but it seems like it might be true that she was trying to kill Will. Possibly. We know that the Steel Samurai was ending, because they wanted to change gears, so they could have just been trying to kill the Steel Samurai to end the series. They would have an excuse to end it if their leading star was dead.
Yes, you'd need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? Is there any reason? It is unclear to this court. Does the defense have anything to say on the matter? In other words, can you prove she had motive?
Okay. I have proof and I'll show it to you. I present to the court the evidence as Miss Vasquez's motive in this murder. Do I not actually have the thing? Would Cody's camera be it? This one might be a weird one. How do I do this? Would they want me to show this, or would they want me to show the camera, or would they want me to show something else? I feel like this might be one of the joke ones, so I might have done this wrong. Psst, Maya, look, this is it.
Why are you showing that to me, Nick? And why are you whispering?
I was just testing it on you.
Huh? Well, I'm afraid your test results are negative.
Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
hurry up with it. We have a certain tempo to maintain here.
Present to the court evidence as to Miss Vasquez's motive in this murder. Would it just be the accident showing? I feel like it's either this or this now, right? I don't know. What did the camera have on it? It doesn't say the camera has anything else on it, so I guess this.
This is my proof. This is the photo from... Oh.
This is the photo from before.
This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Vasquez? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With D. Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial. It began on that day 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His guilt weighed him down, no doubt. However, you, D. Vasquez, used Hammer. You made him work for you. You made him work for you for petty change.
Huh?
Bringing us to the present day in Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Yes, undoubtedly it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star.
One moment, Mr. Wright. We're talking about the motives here, and you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who had killed D. Vasquez, not the other way around. What motive would Miss Vasquez have?
Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me. I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine.
Mr. Wright? Please explain Mr. Vasquez's motive.
Is this the part where we say that she wanted to kill the samurai? I just don't have, like, I don't really have evidence to prove it. Okay. Not many presented evidence to the court proving her motive. Should I show Path to Glory again? They actually want me to show the fan scrapbook now? Or would they want me to show this? This is my proof.
And this tells us why Miss Vasquez wanted to kill Mr. Hammer?
I'd say, and all it proves is that the defense attorney has completely lost his marbles.
Mr. Wright, the court requests that you find your marbles immediately.
Oh, I thought that was it. Fine. You want me to say this first, then? She had no motive, Your Honor.
What's that to know?
It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. All Miss Vasquez did was push him off the stairs in self-defense. What's that now? It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez. What? What? Okay, they wanted me to go the other way around? Your Honor! Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill D. Vasquez, who had cruelly taken advantage of him all those years. So you did do it, didn't you?
Yes. I'm guilty. It was me. Someone call an ambulance. There's blood everywhere. We're too late.
Miss Vasquez.
What? What happened here?
Fell from the stairs, yeah.
How could this? Isn't it?
Okay, so that was during the scene from 5 years ago. Strammer was doing an action scene then. Were they lovers?
Please.
A tragic backstory?
Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose. Again.
Mr. Edgeworth, where's D. Vasquez?
In the waiting lobby, Your Honor, as common collective visitor.
I see. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
It appears you have wrought yet another miracle.
I thank you, Your Honor. I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found, so that he should be found, so it is only natural, not a miracle.
Yes, you're right. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers,
Not guilty.
That is all. Court is adjourned. We really need to cut back on the taxes for the confetti and stuff, or raise them. Need more confetti.
I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. I'm just glad you're okay. Yes, but it's sad. And I know that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Mistress Quiz, but to think that he tried to frame me for the murder makes me sad. Now he's dead, so I don't really care. Tell me why, Mr. Wright. Huh? And tell me, why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me? Well, this is what I think. Mr. Hammer wanted to put the blame on you because... It's because you were the Steel Samurai.
Because I was the Steel Samurai?
Mr. Hammer was a big star once, but he was reduced to acting in a kids show, and as the villain to boot. Kids loved the Steel Samurai, and so he hated you.
I think I understand. You could have just told me. I would have changed places with him any time.
I think you're missing the point.
Thank you. I'm just glad it's all over.
So am I. So am I.
Congratulations, WP.
No. Thanks to you, I'll be able to don the Steel Samurai outfit once more. I can't wait to get back into that sweaty costume and...
Actually, you're out of the job.
Is something wrong?
No, of course not. Nick, Edgeworth.
Say something, Wright. I'm not good at small talk.
Huh? What? That was too bad, Edgeworth.
You don't waste any time gloating, do you?
No, I really want to thank you. This quest would have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Mr. Powers. Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers.
Liar.
Right. I must say I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years.
Meet again?
However, in retrospect, it would have been better had we not met. Thanks to you, I'm settled in unnecessary feelings.
Unnecessary feelings?
Yes, unease, uncertainty. I'm starting to wonder if my clients are actually guilty or not.
Aren't those kind of necessary?
They only serve to get in my way. And listen to me, Phoenix Wright. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. That's what I came here to tell you.
Isn't that kind of hard to do? We kind of work in the same... anyway.
Mr. Wright, was that guy your friend?
What? Friends? As if. They're rivals. Rivals, right, Nick?
For now, we aren't, I guess.
Huh? Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick, tell me. What's the deal with you and Edgeworth?
It all started when I was born. And so the curtain closed on another trial. It caused quite a stir by revealing that accident from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change, and back to making its kid shows again. They actually made the Pink Princess?
Nick, this is it. The new show starts today. You're going to watch it with me, right?
I'll admit I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they would seriously go through with it.
You have to buy the trading cards too, okay? We have to trade with Cody and an assistant.
Fine, fine. I'll do it. I still thought it was the assistant that killed everyone.
Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead again? I wonder if they'll show his real face this time.
I don't know, isn't he playing the girl costume? I don't think the real world is ready for Will Powers. Boom. A brand new episode.
Don't show your face again. Are we going to do something with turnabout goodbyes? Are we going to learn about Phoenix and Edgeworth's backstory now? Their dramatic anime story. I don't know who this is. It's been what, 15 years?
About that, yes.
15 years. It's a long time to wait. I don't know who this is.
You can't imagine how much I've suffered. You've suffered? But now, the perfect opportunity has presented itself. At last, I shall have my revenge.
What?
Merry Christmas. Bungaloo.
Edgeworth? Edgeworth is a murderer.
And, do you know if there's any good waterfalls around here? Or any giant lakes that you can really drop a body off or anything like that?
Waterfalls, dare I ask why?
Duh, Nick. Isn't it super obvious? I need a waterfall to stand under, preferably a freezing one.
Oh, is that part of your spirit maiden trading?
Of course, except I've been slacking off lately. I need to brave the elements and be forged anew under the rushing spring waters.
Okay. I don't know about any falls per se, but Gold Lake is pretty close. Probably a dead body over there.
Oh, darn.
Sorry, but that's the breaks. Couldn't you just take a cold shower or something?
Good idea.
So much for rushing spring waters.
Next in the news, a large unidentified animal was sighted at Gold Lake. The town is buzzing with excitement, locals calling it Gordy, and a tip of the hat to Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster. Though its namesake Nessie was proved to be a hoax, locals confident in Gordy, this could be the real deal.
Yawn. Boring. Can't they show real news for a change?
Nick. The water pressure's kinda low in that shower.
You want more pressure, huh? Why don't you go down to the fire department and have them spray you with a hose?
Good idea, Nick.
Apparently Fey blood is no aid in detecting sarcasm.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin. Strange occurrences continue at Gold Lake, but this time it's murder.
Gold Lake again?
The body of a man was found in the lake early this morning. A suspect was apprehended. The sources inside the police department revealed that the suspect's name is Miles Edgeworth, age 24. Edgeworth was up and coming prosecutor known for his skill and connections. He was guaranteed a long and rewarding career. Has he thrown it all away?
Edgeworth? What's going on? Edgeworth would never do something like...
Nick?
Yeah, yeps, Maya.
The firemen yelled at me when I called them.
We've got bigger things to worry about than that. They arrested Edgeworth.
What? You mean the prosecutor?
Yeah, he's a suspect in a murder.
What? When? Where? Whom? Why? How?
I don't know.
Let's go find out, Nick.
Haha, you got in jail, you loser. And then we leave.
You know, Nick, we've all been here one time or another, haven't we?
I guess it comes with the territory. I was suspect for murder, you were suspect for murder, and Edgeworth's a suspect for murder.
I'm not sure it's something we should mention to many people.
We see Edgelord with a gun. Yeah, but we don't know if it was self-defense or anything.
Hey, Edgeworth, come back! Don't leave! What are you doing here?
Nick, I don't think he's in a very good mood.
Well, this is a detention center. Were you in a good mood when you were here? So you've come to laugh at the fallen attorney, then laugh. Laugh. Well, why aren't you laughing?
Nick, should we be laughing?
Nah, it's a trick. It's a trick. Laugh and you'll get mad, or burst into tears. Edgeworth, we don't have so much free time we can spend in coming down here to laugh at you. Yes, you do. Actually, he's right. I hoped you wouldn't come. I didn't want you to see me. Not like this. I didn't want to see you like this either, believe me. Your attorney's badge. Edgeworth. Let me defend you. Oh, I actually used it for once. Good one, Wright. But I'm not that hard up, not yet.
What do you mean by that?
Me? Trust a wet behind the ear, his lawyer, with only 3 trials under his belt, never.
What?
My case is near hopeless, Wright. Every defense attorney I've talked to has turned me down. What? Simply put, they were afraid they'd lose. It occurred to me that it might be my fault that they lacked confidence. After all, I did get every single one of their clients declared guilty. I don't believe it. Regardless, I don't want you involved in this. You in particularly. I cannot ask you to do this. What happened? Edgeworth, tell me what happened. Why should I? What are you going to do about it?
Duh, we're going to help. We're going to help you, that's what.
Help me? You? Don't be ridiculous. Sorry. You're a novice. You've only been in 3 trials. Hey, I'm a novice that won those 3 trials. Sure, you got lucky and won all 3 trials. Yeah, and they're against you. Just pointing that out. But your luck's bound to run out someday. You need a real skill, right? Experience.
Nick, he's insulting you, Nick. Why am I always the one who gets angry?
The murder took place at Gordon Lake, correct? Yes, late last night. The lake is a long way away from your offices in the courthouse. Why were you down there? I see no need to tell you.
Mr. Edgeworth, you didn't really...
Gordy.
Huh?
I went to see Gordy.
Gordy? What's that?
I'll tell you later. I want Edgeworth to talk to us. Edgeworth, this is really hard for me to ask, but you didn't do it, right? Right? Think what you will. I have only one request. Huh? Stay out of this case.
Why? But Nick is trying to help you.
I know that. But I don't want your help, okay?
Why not?
Look, just go away. Leave me alone.
Nick... Mr. Edgeworth did it, didn't he?
Maya, let's go and investigate elsewhere.
But Nick...
Well, time to start the detective work.
This is where it happened.
Yeah, Gold Lake is in the middle of this park.
I mean, to be fair, we saw him pull out a gun. We didn't see if he actually shot the gun. Someone else could have been, like, in a tree stand or something across the lake and shoot the guy. So then he was just standing there like, what? Pull out gun? I'm defending myself. Someone there? So they could just be doing, you know, the fake out. We don't know.
Questioning people, probably.
Hey, isn't that Detective Gumshoe over there?
Well, pal, there's enough of us here. Found anything?
Sorry, sir. Nothing.
Idiot. The trial's tomorrow. We need clues on the double.
But sir, there weren't any clues. That's why we arrested the attorney, Mr. Edgeworth. It's clear, sir. He's the one who...
Shut up. Just try saying that again. I'll make you sorry if you do it. So just get out of my face, pal.
Yes, sir.
Detective Gumshoe's kind of scary today.
Recruits. No.
Eh,
Hey, you're that hairy guy, Hairy Butts.
Right. Phoenix Wright. Will they ever learn my name?
Hey, pal, just what are you doing here, pal? Investigating?
Well, yes, I suppose.
Well, I'm here to help. Ask me anything you want. Bring it.
he seems different than usual. I wonder what's up. Mr. Edgeworth hasn't actually asked us to defend him yet.
Huh? No. You don't say.
Detective Gumshoe, do you know what happened here?
Huh? You don't know, pal?
No.
Wow, okay. Mr. Head in the fluffy pink cloud's lawyer.
Head in the...
Huh? Never mind, I'll tell you. Happened last night, about 15 minutes after midnight. There was a boat out on Gourd Lake. In that boat were two men. One of those men shot the other with a pistol. And the shooter...
And the shooter was Mr. Edgeworth?
A cop who arrived on the scene arrested him.
How did they get there so fast?
Well, there was a witness. When the port came in, we raced to the lake.
A witness?
You don't think Mr. Edgeworth is a murderer, do you?
Absolutely not. It's impossible. I don't care if there's a witness either. I don't believe a lick of it.
Right. Who cares what the witness says?
I care. It's kind of important.
You really believe in him, don't you, Detective?
Of course I do. But the police are pretty sure he's the killer. Nobody's even really taking this investigation that seriously.
Oh no.
After all the help Mr. Edgeworth has been to us, hard to imagine that no one's standing up to take his side.
Well, at least you are, Detective. At least you are. Even though that you're kind of bad, but you're getting better. You're getting a little better.
Yeah, I mean, I helped on the last one, right?
Yeah, that was pretty nice, and Edgeworth helped too. It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Edward grabbed the gun in disbelief. I mean, he could have grabbed the gun. Yeah. Guy could have went,
And now, I'm going to make you a murderer.
wait, no, wait.
Is it true? No one will take Mr. Edgeworth's case?
Yeah. He's a bit of a celebrity. If you defended him and lost, your reputation would be sure to suffer. What's more, the case against him is, well, it's pretty solid.
I suppose it would be if they have a witness.
Hey, pal! Don't tell me you're going to turn your back on him, too. Remember the Steel Samurai case? Mr. Edgeworth helped you get a client declared innocent.
I know. I went to Edgeworth. I tried. He really doesn't want me to represent him. Especially not us, he said.
What? Well, that doesn't make any sense, pal. You should have heard him talking about you after that trial. He kept saying, right, over and over again.
Nick? I'm not sure that's a good sign.
Neither am I.
Why wouldn't he want your help? I don't get it.
Who was the witness?
Sorry, pal. It's confidential. Anyway, the witness saw everything apparently. I'm sure they'll turn up at the trial tomorrow.
Was there only that one witness?
Yep. It was pretty cold on that lake last night. And it was Christmas Eve after all. Still, we're being thorough. You never know when you're going to turn up another witness. That's why we're here today, checking things out. So far, we're coming up empty.
Oh, it's Christmas today, I've forgotten. What are you getting from me for Christmas, Nick?
Talk to Santa.
Detective Gumshoe, sir? What? Find something?
No sir, not yet. But there was a call from the precinct that they want to hold an investigation briefing.
A briefing? Right, I'm off. No. Sorry, pal. Guess you heard. I gotta go. Any last things you want to ask before I head back?
Well, yes. Do you have any information on the victim?
Sorry. I haven't worked up the autopsy report yet. Still waiting for it myself. Actually, say if you get time, stop by the precinct. We can talk more there, pal.
You're not coming back, Detective?
Probably not, pal.
So what should we do if we have something to talk to you about?
Right. Here, I'll show you how to get to the precinct. Come down and see me anytime.
Alright, Detective Gumshoe.
What?
We'd like to take a look around the park. Can we walk around?
Yeah, no problem, pal. You got my permission.
You know, Nick, I think there's something to be said for talking to people when they're busy.
Yeah, they don't have time to think about not giving you information.
Right, now let's get investigating. Get investigating.
Garbage can or garbage cannot? I feel winter's chill from the bare leaf trees today. What is it about the winter that turns people into poets?
I don't know, but my toes are starting to feel numb.
Yes, my poetry has that effect on some people. Sign says Gold Lake Nature Park. This place is full of families picnicking on the weekends.
But no waterfall.
Not many picnickers come here for spiritual training, Maya.
Doesn't look like anything else important here. Well, let's move in first.
Wowzers! This is the Gourd Lake?
Yup. Not sure it warrants a wowzers, though.
Probably not. But hey, look at that snack stand.
Samurai dogs.
I want a samurai dog, please. I bet they're great.
With a name like Samurai Dog, how could they not be?
They're a little behind the times, though. The kids are all into the Pink Princess now. I mean, like, you know?
No. Confetti poppers. Interesting. That could make a gunshot sound pretty easy.
Huh, someone left some poppers. You know, you pull the string and it goes pop.
Oh. And it goes pop, yeah. I know the ones. You see them a lot around New Year's.
Hey Nick, this might be a clue. Let's take them.
Come on, admit it. You just want to pop them, right?
Was it that obvious?
Poppers, huh? Suppose it couldn't hurt. Huh? Where'd they go?
Into my pocket.
Feel like those are a pretty big clue. I'm guessing Edgeworth had the gun, then someone make a popper noise or something. I don't know. Could be a few things.
Trash can's empty. At least the place is well maintained. I almost didn't see that signpost. Left boat docks, right exit.
Wow, Gourd Lake is really big.
Yeah.
Say Nick, why is it called Gourd Lake?
Oh. Well, a long time ago they used to grow gourds around here.
Wow, no way. I was sure it was because the lake looked like a gourd when viewed from above. You know, like an hourglass shape.
Well, this shaped like a gourd, actually, but that's just a coincidence.
Oh, okay.
Facts. Hot dog stand. It's closed. Christmas fringe looks a little half-baked. The banner eats samurai dogs. Somebody needs to redecorate. A lineup of plastic benches. I guess the idea is you buy a dog and eat it here. I doubt anyone would sit here and eat a day like this. Except maybe Maya, if she had a samurai dog. Not much to extract here.
I'm guessing this part might be important.
No camping. Campsite.
I like it here, Nick. Look, someone's camping.
They've got guts to be... guts camping at the scene of a murder.
Hey, Nick. If they were camping here last night, they might know something about the murderer.
That's true. Good call, Maya. Let's go talk to them. Sign says no camping. Funny place to to pitch your tent.
Wait, what if the sign said no setting tents on fire?
I don't think they have signs like that.
Oh.
Why would you ask that?
Hey, Nick.
What, don't tell me you're hungry again?
No. I was just wondering why our camping pots and pans made of aluminum.
They didn't talk about that in any of the law books.
So there's no law saying they have to be made out of aluminum, then?
I'm not having this conversation. There's food and some magazines on the sheet.
It's because they don't, you know, like, you can burn the sides of them, but the pot, like, stays good. Anyway.
Takes pretty tough skin to camp out in this cold.
Yeah, it's supposed to be middle of December. Even if Japan doesn't get as cold as some other places, it still gets cold enough that, you know, it can snow sometimes. At least in certain parts of Japan.
The trees grow quite thick here. Further back, the trees feed into a shadow where the sunlight can't reach them. Slide over here.
Got this camera and stuff right here. They were looking... This must be someone looking for the Loch Ness Monster thing.
This camera has a mic and some sort of attachment. It must take pictures when triggered by noise.
Wow, cool. Let's try it out. Huh. Hi, I'm Nick. Maybe I'm not saying it loud enough. Hey, I'm Nick. Nick!
Will you stop that?
Maybe it's broken.
Don't kick it. Maybe it isn't set to respond to voices.
Well, what then? These things?
The party poppers?
Well, it responded.
Yo!
Oh, it's Chick. Hey, you! Get your hands off that! What in Sam Hill? Look what you've done now! There goes a whole roll of film! Wait, what? Sorry, it's nice, but don't pay my bills. You know how much a roll of film costs? I'll pay you back. Why were you thinking sending off party poppers and pigs like this? Well... What? Don't try and play stupid just because you think you're some country bumpkin. Yeah, I know y'all youngers. I see these southern folk talk about that exaggerated drawl. They must be dumb. Well, let me tell you, just because I might be dumb, don't mean we all are. Wait, what? Nick, help. And here are you, her chaperone?
Yeah, no, rather, we're sort of friends.
Just because you figured out what you're gonna say, and be Jesus' sake. Gotta sit through in one of those Papa's jaws than listen to your Santa all day.
Oh boy. I guess we should pay her for the film.
Watch it.
Yes, ma'am. Second thought, I'll pay later.
Sorry, Nick. sorry in general. What? Can you see I'm changing the film my camera here? Someone I'm not naming names, but someone who used up the whole roll. Sorry.
That didn't work. I wonder if I have anything to show her that would get her attention.
What?
This is my badge.
My badge is supposed to be shiny and impressive. You cop or something?
I'm a lawyer.
What? Y'all gonna try and pull one of them lawsuits over me on the film now? Cause I'll have you know, I'm a fighter and I was much meaner looking things than you.
No, not at all. We're here to investigate a murder that took place here on the lake.
A murder? Sounds cool. Why didn't y'all say that in the first place? Go ahead and ask me anything you like.
Finally, some cooperation.
You two, you can all come out ahead now. I won't be a bite hard.
Come to think of it, where did Maya get to?
Sorry. I was feeling a little overwhelmed. Culture gap and all. Never mind, honey. I can talk Yank for you if it pleases you.
Talk Yank, even though that she's in, like, Japanese garb. Obviously, that's a weird thing to translate for this, since languages. Anyway.
Thanks. I think I'll be okay. Right then, I'm Lotta Hot. Y'all can call me Lotta. I'm here photographing meteor showers for a research project. Mighty pleased to meet you.
Oh. Huh, really?
Why was that murder anyway? I ain't seen much television lately.
Happened late in the night of Christmas Eve.
That's so, Christmas Eve.
A man on a boat was shot. Did you see anything?
Well, let me see. A boat, you say? I reckon I might have seen one. Not sure, though. You gotta remember, I've been watching this here lake for a good 3 days now. Seen enough boats to choke a mule. Kinda hard to remember which one. That's quite the camera you have there. Y'all better know it. It's German made, a genuine slogan.
Isn't that why they make knives?
So what's the device you have stuck to the camera? Huh? Device? Your camera went off itself when I fired the party popper. Oh, the mic triggers the shutter whenever it detects certain sounds. It's programmed to pick up noises right now. A programmable camera? Neat.
Yeah, that seems pretty important.
So, what is it you do, Lotta? Huh? Me? Haha. Y'all don't really want to know that, do ya? I'm a researcher at Country U, right in the heart of the Heartland. Wow, neat. Nick, she's a research student at university. Country U.
So I hear. She just said it.
So when did you come up here? Let me see. I guess it was about 3 days ago.
What are you photographing?
Didn't I tell ya already? Meteors. Yep, meteor showers.
Falling stars. That didn't sound very convincing. Actually, hang on. We didn't look at the car. SUV has seen better days since it all over. I can't believe anyone would drive that car down here.
Nick, what is this place?
A boat rental shop. Closed for Christmas, it seems. I guess a murder taking place on one of the boats won't be good for business either.
Boats? I've never ridden on a boat.
Really? Well, how about we get on one when the trial's finished?
Hey, good idea. You bet.
Small boat rental shop. Doesn't look like anyone's around. Probably closed because of Christmas. There's some boats floating at the dock. One of those boats was used in the murder. I wonder.
Nick?
Huh?
I changed my mind. I don't really want to go for a boat ride.
There's more forest off that way. I doubt I'd find any clues in there.
Why? Why? Why would you doubt that? Pretty important. Well, I guess that's all we have there. Oh, time to go back to the precinct.
Looks like Detective Gumshoe isn't here.
Something wrong, miss? Turn yourself in? Okay, what do you do? Shoplifting, larceny, public decency?
None of those things. We're looking for Detective Gumshoe. Is he around?
Gumshoe? Oh yeah. He's in a meeting right now. I don't think I'll be out anytime soon.
Okay, we'll come back.
You do that. Oh, and go straight home and stay out of trouble. No more shoplifting, you got that?
Do I look like a criminal or something?
Hey, is that police department's mascot?
That's the Blue Badger. That's my idea. I made it my mascot.
I see, how nice.
Get him assigned mascot of the Criminal Affairs Department. It's the last thing I do.
Good luck. Post of a female police officer. Wait, no, that's the latest Babes in Uniform calendar, my bad. These are detectives' desks. There are computers and files in each one. Funny, they're a little tinier than I expected. Guess the detectives don't spend a lot of time at the desks. Must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself.
And Mama could see. You know she'd be crying. Break and spit it out, you low-life scum.
He must be doing image training for interrogations.
What? Well, see if we can make... Edgeworth isn't even here. I guess we'll go back to the office.
Well, what should we do?
What do you mean? Let's investigate. We should talk to Mr. Edworth and check out the crime scene.
You're right. We need more information, saving less confusion for later. Well, got any good ideas?
Not really. Do my best thinking when I'm standing underneath a waterfall.
Okay, so do they want me to present? Do they want me to present that to her? Laura?
Yeah.
To your camera. It triggers on loud explosive noises.
Yeah.
Actually, the victim in the case we're researching, he was shot with a pistol.
A pistol.
Right. Now, wouldn't a gunshot make a similar noise to a body popper?
I guess it would.
Your camera didn't get a picture of the murder, did it?
Hey, you're pretty bright.
Huh?
I see what you're saying. Tell you what, I'll have a look-see at my film.
Would have been a photo taken late last night.
I checked them once. Don't remember if there was anything on them, though. What if I got something? Could be a witness to a genuine murder. Yeah. I'll go check that film. I'll come back now, you hear? She went inside her SUV. I guess we should come back later.
Okay, now we want to go back and see Edgeworth. No. Wrong place. Okay, maybe we want to go back here. Okay, yeah.
I guess Detective Gumshoe is still in that meeting.
Hey! Thanks for coming down, pal.
Detective Gumshoe!
We just finished the meeting, for better or worse. I got the feeling we're getting some bad news. Do you know anything about the victim yet?
No, still can't ID him.
Has Mr. Edgeworth said anything?
Not a word.
Exter is Beast. Hello. Hello to you.
So, how did the meeting go?
I can't tell you, pal. You're the lawyer.
True.
You know, I don't know what to believe anymore. Sure, Mr. Everett's human like you and me. Still, I get the feeling that if you'd done something wrong, you wouldn't go hiding it. That's just the kind of guy he is. Why can't anyone else see that?
So they think Mr. Edgeworth did it?
Well, the trial starting tomorrow is scheduled.
I see.
Hey. In the end, you did tell us about the meeting.
Don't go telling anyone else, pal.
Yes, sir.
And do me a favor. Stand by Mr. Edgeworth. He needs help, and you're the ones who to help him. Sure, he's got some reason why he won't talk to us.
Thanks, Detective Gumshoe.
I just realized something. I always forget to put the tag things on. There we go. Stupid tag things.
Detective Gumshoe, how come you trusted Mr. Edgeworth so much?
Well, I think that was obvious. You got a strong working relationship, us two. We trust each other, and that's how it works.
A working relationship?
See, Mr. Edgeworth always gets his defendants declared guilty every time. Yeah, his methods might be a little extreme at times, but there's a reason. He trusts our investigation, see? He trusts us to get the right man. That's why I work extra hard, pal. You gotta earn that trust he placed in us.
I see.
Mr. Edgeworth is a man you can trust, and he had my word on that.
I was wondering, did you ever get that autopsy report?
Oh yeah, I made a copy for you.
Sometime on the 24th or 25th, cause 1 bullet shot to the heart.
Thank you.
Nick,
Huh?
can you show me that photo of the victim?
Yeah. Exter, from anything from this game so far, is it seems like trusting Gumshoe is the last thing you'd usually do. He's slowly getting better, but yeah.
That face.
Someone you know?
I don't know. I just have this feeling that I met him somewhere a long time ago.
Can't show that to him? Oh well. He's still not in there. So I guess back to the lake. Done yet?
Hey, y'all. Lotta. Wait up a second, got bingo. Bingo? My automatic camera took 2 pictures last night. Hey. This is them, take a look.
Wait.
See? He's shooting him with a pistol.
It looks like that, yes.
But you can't really tell who that is shooting. Yeah. There was enough fog out there last night, struggling bull fog. But you know, seeing these photos reminds me of something. What? I saw the murder happen. I'm a witness. What?
Are you serious?
Of course.
How do you forget? Never mind.
Y'all reckon I should tell the cops?
I reckon so.
What's that? Why don't you all go trying to mock my accent? I'm a sensitive lady. Hey, so if I'm off to talk to the cops, y'all can have this photo.
She said she had 2 photos.
Wait, Lola.
Whoa, can y'all see I'm kinda busy?
Tell us what you saw too, please.
Let's try. Oh, nice try, honey, but I wasn't born yesterday. I'm a witness, and that means I'm on the side of justice, and that means the cops. I'd sooner eat south side of a northbound stunk than tell you. Lada. Gonna get your skivvies in a bunch. Friends today, enemies tomorrow. Or was that the other way around? No matter, I'm gone. Hey, maybe do some testifying, hot dog. She left. Well, that's one more witness. What do we do now, Nick?
Well, if she saw something, there's not much we can do about it. Question is, what exactly did she see? Guess we'll find out in tomorrow's trial.
Automatically at 12:15. Yeah, nothing else we can do with that. Oh, someone else around?
Looks like the police have given up their interviewing.
Hey, who?
Hey,
Nick, I think Santa's mad at you.
Is this Edgeworth?
Nick, you know Santa? Wow, Nick. And Saint Nick. Hey, I see the connection.
Don't be ridiculous.
Oh, it's Larry. Okay, I was wondering who that was. I was trying to figure it out. Oh. Hey, Brittany. Thanks for the raid, dude.
Larry.
Ah. Exter, thanks for the host.
What are you doing here?
Isn't it obvious? I'm working my day job. I sell samurai dogs. Want one? Gotta get money for dates, you know. My girl Kelius deserves the best.
Kians?
Kian's? Not another model, I hope.
Kians is a fine woman, Nick. It was her idea that I wear this costume. She was all, you go, girlfriend, you know? She bought this.
Wait, that sounds wrong somewhere there, Larry.
Wow, a Santa costume. She must be really nice. Wow, cute. Nick, who's she? She's not your...
Not my what? No, she's not. I'm an adult.
Phoenix Wright HD feels weird. Does it look that different? I wouldn't know. I never played the original. Also, that's weird. Katsuki, IX. Your name came up, but for some reason it didn't show your message on my normal thing, but it showed it on this one. That's weird. Oh wait, no, your name is just like completely white, so it blends in on the screen. Never mind. I can see it on my screen display, but I can't see it on my actual Twitch chat. Anyway. Video's distorted? My video's fine. If you mean mine. It's not like stretched at all or anything. Or if it is, it's like slight. I wouldn't say it's stretched. I mean, I have it in the right resolution, but if you mean like just like... Oh wait, no, wrong one. Oh yeah, I have too many of these on. But yeah. See, it doesn't really matter. Now you can see it all weird. Does this look more normal? Is that what everyone needs? I probably shouldn't have done that. I have to reset it now. Oh yeah, which way was this one? I forget which one, how I had these settings now. Well, I guess that's my own fault. There's that stretched enough. Perfectly fine, don't worry about it. Everything's good. There we go. Now it's fine. Anyway. So all the late mode users have trouble? Yeah, I do use late mode, so that makes sense. Anyways, I'm his partner, Maya Fey. I'm, the little sister... Sister? Wow, Nick, it must be tough. Working 9 to 5, having to take care of a little sister. No, I'm not Nick's sister, I'm the older sister... my older sister's little sister. Ah, sounds great.
Don't worry, Maya. He's not listening. Hey, Larry. There was a murder here last night. And since you work here, have you heard anything?
Nick, you're wasting your time. Last night was Christmas Eve. He was with Kiance, obviously. You wouldn't have been standing out here in the cold.
Oh, great. Always a good way to start that, right? Oof. Big oof.
I think what you just said caught him off guard, Maya.
No, it's just... Kiance is not in town right now. She's in Hawaii on a photo shoot.
A model. I knew it. How does he even find models? Well, anyway, there was a murder here on the lake. The trial's tomorrow.
Ah, neat.
The defendant is Edgeworth, Miles Edgeworth.
Nick? Why would Larry know Edgeworth? Wow, Nick. You don't mean that Miles Edgeworth. Old Edgy?
Yeah, the Edgelord himself. He's a murder suspect.
Wow, murder. Huh? You know Mr. Edgeworth, Larry? Yeah, of course. Edgeworth was in the same class as us in grade school. What? Tell me about the dogs. Huh? Oh, you mean the samurai dogs? Why are they samurai dogs? I mean, they kind of look gourd-shaped. Oh, well, originally there were gourd dogs, you know, like god dogs. Ouch. The samurai thing was Cusley's idea. Oh, she's my woman, you know. She was all, change the name and you go, girlfriend. And she made me that banner. Man, the kids can't get enough of those samurai dogs. Something about that just seems wrong. Oh, and guess what? We're getting a ton of customers here at the lake, what with the big nose. The big nose? Yeah, Gordy. Gordy? So Mr. Edgeworth was your classmate, Larry? Yeah, Nick and him and I used to hang out all the time. Wow, I never knew. Don't get me wrong, he's always been kind of a stick in the mud, studying all the time, trying to be like father. Like his father? Yeah, Edgy's pop was a famous defense lawyer back in the day. But he's a prosecutor. You said defense lawyer? Yeah. Wait a second, but Mr. Edgeworth is a prosecuting attorney. What? And he's got a probeskin on his knee? No, he's a prosecuting attorney. That's like the total opposite of a defense lawyer. Huh, go figure.
He always used to talk about defending the weak who were unable to defend themselves. Man, he used to go on about the man's duty to society and all that. What a bore. I wonder what changed his mind, though. You know, Nick?
I didn't cause him any trauma. What?
Nick? What's Gordy? Huh? You mean you didn't know? It's here, in this very lake, a giant mysterious monster, Gordy. A monster? Yeah. Check it out, this is the article from yesterday's newspaper. There's the photo. Wow, it's really... real. Nick, a real monster.
Yeah, it was a TV show in the 90s. I mean, it's probably just a log or something, right? Hey, there's a quote there from the person who took the photo. What's this? I set the camera to automatic when we got into the frame. I heard a loud bang like an explosion, followed by the sound of something slipping into the water.
I wish I could have seen it.
Why would there be a sound like an explosion? Larry, could I borrow this article from you?
Sure, no problem. That'll be $1 million. $1 million?
Grow up, Larry.
What's this? You know, my eyes have been getting pretty bad lately, Nick.
Actually, the photo's blurry, Larry. It was taken last night.
Last night?
Hey, Larry, you know this guy?
Who's this?
I don't know. That's why I asked you.
Who's this, Maya? Well...
Oh, wait, Maya said she'd seen him somewhere before, didn't she? Well, I guess that's that. Everyone's dead. Wrong place. Went to the wrong place. You back yet? No, he still doesn't want to talk to us. What is it?
Oh. Nothing. Just something's been bothering me. Could you show me that autopsy report once more? Hey! I remember now. This guy. He's a lawyer that was at the office Mia worked at. I met him once when I went there to hang out with Sis.
That office? Wait. You mean Grossberg's office?
Right, that guy.
That was the last name I expected to come up. Maybe I should go talk to him for old time's sake. His painting's still gone. You think he would get it back? Ah, that old familiar clearing of the throat.
Yes. You're you're Maya's something, are you not?
I was her understudy, yes, Phoenix Wright.
And you're Maya's something too, are you not?
Her little sister, yes.
You've grown. You've come to look a lot like your sister, you know. Takes me back. The days of my youth, like the scent of fresh lemon, you see.
Mr. Grossberg, sir?
Yes, I beg your pardon. Of course you came here to discuss something. What is it then? Something the matter?
Let's just get right to it.
Strange. I feel as though I've seen this man somewhere before. But...
Did you remember?
He was a lawyer. He had my office. That's Hammond. Robert Hammond.
Mr. Hammond.
Can you say this man? This is the man Miles Edgeworth shot.
There was a murder last night.
A murder?
You haven't heard?
I just got up, you see?
Well, Mr. Miles Edgeworth shot someone with a pistol.
Edgeworth? What? Who did he shoot?
Well, the identity of the victim is still unknown, even though you just told us, but we're not going to connect that dialogue right now.
This is terrible news indeed.
I guess he hadn't heard anything. I don't care about the painting. Who is this Hammond guy, anyway?
Mr. Hammond, he was the defense attorney in that case.
That case?
Yes, the DL6 accident. Incident.
Oh, are we going back to
red-white stuff, apparently. Interesting. Or rather, Maya's mother's stuff and stuff.
Perhaps you remember.
I'm sure someone mentioned it during the trial for Mia's murder.
That was the incident where the police were so at a loss. They used a spirit medium.
Wait, you don't mean... Was that medium my mother?
Yes, my dear. The spirit medium, Misty Fey, your mother, contacted the spirit of the victim. But the case was a loss. No conviction was made. The DL6 incident, yes, happened 15 years ago. A very strange case indeed. They never...
They never caught the criminal, right? Sorry, my voice was changing into yours for a second.
Correct. You should get that checked out. Misty Fey used her powers to talk to the spirit of the late victim. Her testimony led to charges being laid against one man. But Mr. Hammond won the case and the suspect was declared innocent.
And the police blamed my mother, calling her a fraud. You were the one who helped her out then, right, Mr. Grossberg?
Yes, quite.
Thank you.
No, please, don't mention it.
DL6. Never thought I'd hear that name again. It's been years.
But wait. What does that case have to do anything with Mr. Edgeworth?
It has everything to do with Mr. Edgeworth, my dear. The victim in the DL6 incident was none other than his father, Gregory Edgeworth.
What? His father?
If you want to know more, you should ask him yourself.
Okay, so he didn't want to be a defense attorney anymore because of that.
Show him this. I'm sure he'll talk to you.
Wait. This is a photograph of my mother.
Brought that photograph back, huh?
Stop, Edgeworth. Haha, you're in detention center. What's this? I was hoping you'd gotten my message the first time. Edgeworth, what about your defense? It's no concern of yours. Guess he hasn't found anyone yet. Loser. Yeah, anyway, here. Let's just get to the meat of this. Edgeworth? It's only been a matter of hours since you last visited, yet you've made incredible progress in your investigation. I'll admit I'm impressed, Wright? You're always single-minded in your work, though. Once you start on something, you always see it through, don't you? About the DL6 incident. Right, DL6. I didn't want you to find out about it, which is why I refused your offer to defend me. I'm sorry if it sounded like I thought you weren't up to the job. I just wanted to keep you away from DL6. So, do you still think it would have been better for me to stay away? I don't know, but I see no point in hiding anything from you now. Very well. Ask whatever you like. I will answer to the best of my abilities. The DL6 incident was when my father died. Right before my eyes. He was shot and killed. I saw it all. My memories from that time are foggy. I suppose it's a self-defense mechanism. In any case, a suspect was arrested, a man. It's pretty clearly he was the only one who could have killed my father. The spirit medium they used to talk to my late father said the same thing. It was attorney by the name of Robert Hammond that cleared the suspect's name. And Hammond is the victim in the Gourd Lake murder.
Red suit man is hot. I don't know, is it red or is it purple? I feel like it's... I guess it's like a maroon. Like a maroon?
Correct.
That spirit medium, that was my mom.
What? You mean you're... It's strange. I thought that terrible incident was about to end, and now this. About to end? The DL6 incident happened 15 years ago. 15 years ago, on December 28th.
December 28th?
The statute of limitations on the case runs out in 3 days. What?
Nick, what does that mean?
When a case's statute of limitations run out legally, the case never happened. 3 days from now, DL6 will be closed forever. Ironically, that's how long my court case will last.
What happened to the suspect, the one who got off innocent?
I don't know. He disappeared from the public view. Nobody knows where to. If he's still alive, he'd be about 50 years old now. I guess I can understand why he'd go into hiding. It'd be hard to live a normal life after being a murder suspect in such a big case.
So was your father a lawyer?
He was. Gregory Edgeworth. He was quite famous at that time, apparently.
So you were sort of trying to follow in his footsteps?
I'd rather not talk about it.
Spirit lady is your spirit amulet. Oh god, it's the judge. The judge isn't here right now, don't worry. I mean, the judge didn't kill anyone, at least, but... anyway. Yeah, I was kind of curious to see what he said about this.
Yes, Platypus, I killed them all.
No, I think the judge is probably 60 or something anyway. Who knows?
Who would have thought there would be a photo? Edgeworth, did you shoot him? What do you think, Wright? I don't think you're the kind to point a gun at anyone, no.
So you didn't shoot him?
No, I didn't. It wasn't me. Right. It pains me to ask you this now.
I know, you want to ask us to defend you.
Yes, will you? Who could have guessed this day would come? Not me. This is my chance to finally pay you back.
Pay him back?
Pay me back. For what? I don't remember ever doing anything for you. Never mind. I guess you don't really need to know. You've never helped me on the last case, so I could just mean that, or I could mean some past trauma from when we were in grade school. Huh. My letter of request, please give it to the Detective Gumshoe. Well, I guess we should... What was that?
Earthquake! Nick! It's a big one! It's calming down. That was scary.
Huh? Where's Edgeworth?
There. He's on the floor in a ball shivering. I guess he doesn't do so well with earthquakes.
Heard of running, but curling up in a ball?
Well, I guess we're done here. Mr. Edgeworth doesn't seem like he's going to stand up anytime soon. Let's go, Nick.
Right. Edgeworth, you have fun experiencing trauma. We'll just leave. See ya. I guess you're pretty fine. Thanks. You have to give a request to Detective Gumshoe. Wait. No, nothing. I just wanted to see if the guard said anything. Anything at all.
What's going on here?
What's wrong, Detective?
This wild lady comes in here just a while ago. She says she came to talk to y'all after hearing what Mr. Wright had to say. What's this all about, pal?
A lot of heart.
Why are you going around finding more witnesses? You want to give Mr. Edgeworth a death sentence, pal?
No, not at all. Just, I mean, she did see something. There's nothing I can do about that. I can't go around covering up evidence.
Nah. You trying to say something about the way I do my job?
No, sir. But here, look what I got.
Hey, you did it, pal. Glad I waited till the last minute to file those papers. I'll rip them up and start new ones for you.
Thanks, Detective. I'll see you in court tomorrow, then.
Good luck, pal. Hey! You guys feel that earthquake a little while back? I was worried.
Worried? We're fine. I've lived out my... out here my whole life. I'm pretty used to them by now.
No, I wasn't worried about you two. I was worried about Mr. Edgeworth.
All right. He did seem to overreact a little, now that you mention it.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised. It was a pretty big quake. I'm gonna go check on him. You two go eat and get your rest for the trials tomorrow. Later.
I wonder what it is with Mr. Edgeworth and earthquakes.
I wonder. He was never that scared of them when he was in school. Then again, I only really got to know him in 4th grade. He transferred to another school after that. I wonder what happened to Edgeworth. He was traumatized by earthquakes. Or loud shaking things. I don't know.
We'll be right back.
Well, let's see what happens. Anything could happen. We don't know. Anything at all.
9:44 a.m. Defense Lobby 2. Whatever. Karma?
That's right. Manfred von Karma. He's the best prosecutor there is. He hasn't lost a case in his 40-year career. He's a god of prosecution, right? A god. Ironically, that would make him at least 50. Like the murder that I told you about earlier.
Not a single case?
He'll do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything.
Sounds like someone else I know, Edgeworth.
You don't understand. I mean, he'll really do anything. Manfred von Karma is a man to be feared.
It's quite a claim coming from someone who forges evidence.
He taught me what it really means to prosecute.
What?
Just picture a prosecutor which is me, multiplied by a factor of 10.
So, was he your teacher then, Mr. Edgeworth?
Something like that.
And now he's trying to get you found guilty? What a creep. Oh wait. Maybe he's planning on losing on purpose to help you out.
Not a chance. He hasn't lost once in 40 years. 40 years. He's as ruthless as me 20 times.
That's pretty ruthless.
Like I said, he's a god among prosecutors.
I guess that's something like Mia was to me. Speaking of Mia... Maya!
Uh-huh.
You can really be using Mia's help right now, don't you think?
Oh. I can't. Sorry, I really tried, but I couldn't reach.
You couldn't reach?
I think it's because I haven't been training. My powers are weak again.
Oh man, what bad timing.
I'm really sorry. It'll probably come up at, like, the last second when it's important. Like an anime or something. I'll try my best, though.
I hope so. What are you whispering about? No, it's nothing, you know, spirit medium stuff. Nothing that can be held up in court. Well, it's time, let's head in.
Oh great, look at this dude.
The court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Myers Edgeworth.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Mr. Von Karma? Is the prosecution ready? Fool. You seriously think I would stand here? Were I not completely prepared? Right, my apologies.
He's even got the judge scared.
Very well, your opening statement, please. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course, that should be fine. The prosecution may call its first witness.
What's with this guy? Is he royalty or something?
How am I supposed to fight against this?
I call in charge of this case Detective Dick Gumshoe.
Okay, Gumshoe's first. Let's see how this goes.
Describe the evidence now. Yes, sir.
Detective Gumshoe looks nervous.
Please take a look at this map. The murder happened at late Christmas Eve, around midnight. There was one boat in the middle of the lake. There were 2 men on the boat. Now there happened to be a woman camping here on the edge of the lake. At 12:10, she heard 2 pistol shots. Then the boat started to move. Went towards the boat rental shop. Testifying about the arrest now.
I don't know what voice to give him. He looks like he should have like a weird deeper voice or something.
Wait, Mr. Vaughn. Yes. Actually, I'm the one that's supposed to be headlining these proceedings. Wrong. There's only one thing you need to do here. You will slam down your gravel and say the word guilty. That is your rule. Yes, of course, you're quite right.
No, he's not.
A man called into the station around 30 minutes after the midnight. We went to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. Now, I didn't suspect him of anything at all, but the next morning a body was found in the lake. We had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth. I see, very well. Begin your cross-examination, attorney. Now!
Judge doesn't get to say anything. Funny if they had someone that looks like Edgeworth on there, because we've been going against Edgeworth the whole time. Yeah, he looks a little different now, but he has white hair.
You received a call from a man?
Yep.
But you said there was a woman camping there. She was the one who heard the 2 gunshots, right?
That woman and the man called in to report are 2 different people, obviously.
I don't know why he sounds like a vampire now, but sure.
Different people.
There were 2 witnesses.
No.
Their testimonies were quite similar, however. They have summoned the woman who was camping.
We still don't even know the other witness.
The woman who was camping, not a hunt.
What happened next, Detective?
I keep, like, changing his voice. Maybe I should go back to the vampire thing? I don't know if I can get that deep without hurting my throat.
We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. It's where we found Mr. Edgeworth.
What was Mr. Edgeworth like when you saw him then?
Well, from what I saw, he looks pretty relaxed. Not like a murderer at all, really. The court requires the facts, not your opinion. How many years have you been on the force? Facts only, Detective. Hard, cold facts. Yes, sir.
Man, he's got his share of objections. Why didn't you think he was suspicious?
You should know. We have a deep, trusting relationship with prosecutors. Detective, the court isn't interested in your musings, deep, trusting poppycock. I've never heard of so many flippant comments from an active detective on the force.
David Gumshoe doesn't look so good. Did you find any clues on the body?
A single bullet was recovered from the body. He was shot through the heart fatally. Judge, here's the bullet. Didn't strike bone, so its shape is well preserved. Very well, the court accepts the bullet into evidence.
22 caliber pistol.
Why is that?
Well, we found the murder weapon in the boat.
The murder weapon?
A pistol. Detective Gumshoe. There's a vital piece of information. Please revise your testimony. Right. Sorry, Your Honor.
Was decisive evidence.
What about the pistol made it decisive evidence? In the same evil laugh as Edgeworth.
There were fingerprints on the pistol found in the boat. They were clear as prints from Mr. Edgeworth's right hand.
What?
Order? Order? So Mr. Edgeworth's fingerprints were found on the murder weapon? Yes, Your Honor. Judge, this is the weapon in question.
Step in, Evans.
Members of the court, we now have the pistol used in the murder and the bullet found in the body. Detective? Yes?
Was the bullet found in the body fired from this pistol?
Yes, the ballistics markings on the bullet match the pistol.
Nick, what does he mean, ballistic markings?
Shocking. To imagine someone here does not know something as basic as ballistics markings.
Nick, he's glaring at me.
Very well. I'll explain. Actually, Judge, you do it. Me? Ballistic markings are like fingerprints of a gun. It barely leaves a distinct mark on each bullet it fires. You can examine these ballistic fingerprints to see which gun fired the shot. It's quite accurate. Indeed. This leads to one inevitable conclusion. The bullet fired in the victim's heart was without a doubt fired from this pistol. This pistol, which you, as you may recall, was covered with the defendant's own fingerprints.
How many bullets are in the gun, though?
Order, order.
This is bad. This makes it look like Edgeworth did it.
Well, Judge, I'd say it's almost decisive, yes. Honestly, I could get the verdict at this point. However, you wish to hear the witness speak, no doubt. Very well. I am somewhat fatigued, and so I will take a brief break. I will call my witness after recess. It will last 10 minutes. Judge? Yes? What are you doing? A 10-minute recess now. But wait, eh? Just bang the flimsy gavel and get on with it, man. Yes. This court will take a 10-minute recess.
Who's running the court anyway? Edgeworth, what's going on here? Your fingerprints are on the murder weapon?
Yeah, about that.
That foggy photo makes one thing clear. The only one who could have shot that man was the person in the photo.
True.
And that was you in the boat.
Yes, it was me.
What?
But you must believe me, I didn't shoot him.
Then who did shoot?
I don't know.
You don't know? Were you right there?
I heard a gunshot from very close by, and the other man fell from the boat. I can't say why, but I thought at that time he had shot himself.
You mean it was suicide?
That's the only explanation I can come up with.
How am I going to convince anyone of that? Say, Maya.
Huh? What?
Any progress? Any progress with Mia?
Oh, sorry, it's no good.
Nah.
I know. I'm no good for anything, am I, Nick? If I can't call my sister, I might as well not be here, right?
Yeah, you're useless. No, I need you. Of course not. I need you. I can see you're always trying to help out. Even if you don't actually help. It's the thought that counts, right?
It's okay, Nick. You don't have to make me feel better. I don't know anything about trials or defense. But I have weird spirit powers that can call people from the dead, so then I'm automatically useful.
Yes, it's pretty useful.
What's more, I'm a spirit medium who can't even contact spirits.
No, everyone has their off days. I mean, I'm just been getting lucky lately. But you never know when my luck is going to run out.
Really?
Whoa, right. Don't jinx this case any more than it already is. It's bad for my heart.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, my luck isn't going to run out for this case specifically, but, you know.
Court is now back in sitting. Mr. Vampire, call your witness. Yes. Will Miss Lotta Hart take the stand? Lotta Hart, you are a researcher student at the university.
That I am.
Good. Begin by telling us what you saw that night of the incident. And don't add anything trivial onto the subject. Understand?
Y'all need to learn some manners.
Understand?
Yeah, I understand.
Very well, your testimony, please.
It was Christmas Eve. Just after midnight, I reckon. I was in my car. I heard this bang come from the lake. When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in the boat. Then there was another bang. Wasn't nary a thing on the lake but that boat.
Enough.
Huh?
Judge, you happened to take a photo of the incident. This is that photo. Accepted as evidence. This looks like the very moment of the murder. Order! I will remove people from the courtroom if I do not have order immediately. As the witness testified, she looked at the lake when she heard the shot, and there was no other boat on the lake. So the man in the boat with the victim must have been the one who shot him. Yes, it was the defendant, Miles Edgeworth. Order! Order! I will have order. Well, Judge, your evidence is decisive. I have very little doubt about this case. Very well, the court defines the defendant.
Wait, Your Honor. I haven't cross-examined the witness yet.
A cross-examination?
We have photographic proof. What question can there possibly be? This photo is worth 1,000 words and they all read guilty. You lose. Or do you claim to have contradiction in her testimony? Very well. If you have to, you may cross-examine the witness. You only flounder and ask meaningless questions. You'll fail to find anything, and then I will have you held in contempt of court.
Nick, contempt?
Contempt of court, you know.
I guess I understand. Well, what are you going to do? Do you really think there's a contradiction with the facts in her testimony?
I think I noticed one little thing.
Wow, I'm impressed, Nick. I didn't notice anything. Right, let's take him on.
Yeah, I got a bad feeling about this. I understand. I'll cross-examine the witness. Very well.
I pray for your sake this isn't a waste of time.
Can it be Christmas Eve if it was Christmas Day when the photo was taken? No. It can't be Christmas Eve if it was just after midnight. Contradiction.
Just after midnight, you say? In other words, it was no longer Christmas Eve, but... Oh, he actually said it. But Christmas Day.
Oh, well, yeah, yes.
I know you want to find contradictions, but really?
I hope your next contradiction is a little more relevant.
I had to.
So you weren't looking at the lake at the time?
Nope. I looked after I heard the loud noise.
She said that already. I asked you to find contradictions, not leisurely chat with the witness. Could you clearly see the two men?
Just look at the picture. Clear enough for you.
Wait a second. I wasn't asking you about the photo. I was asking you, saw the two men.
Yeah, well, of course.
The witness testified she saw them. There's also a photo. You'd best look elsewhere for your precious contradictions. He jumped in quick. He's hiding something. Were you watching the very moment the shot rang out?
Well, yeah, sure.
You're asking meaningless questions. Meaningless. Contradictions, Mr. Wright, not meaningless babble. Ron Kama, I think I hate you. He's trying to keep me from talking to the witness. To what end? Are you sure about that?
Yeah, sure as a country gal can be.
That sounds pretty sure. How come you're so sure?
Well, heck, I scanned the whole lake.
Scan the whole lake? It almost sounds like she was more interested in the lake than the boat. Miss Hart, you... Mr. Wright, the witness has answered the question in full. No need for further questions. Objection sustained. Sustained? No, great. What am I supposed to do now? There weren't any contradictions in there.
Sorry, Nick. If only my sister were here. Maya's
really taking this hard.
The murder weapon, a .22 caliber, fired 3 times. Now the music's still playing, they're not gonna let me do this? I don't know why we won't. That's weird. Why didn't they let me use that? I hate when they do that stuff. It's like, nope, you have to have the specific thing. If it's not, then it's fine. Can I do this? No, they're not gonna let me? Well, I might lose this one. Do I want me to do this part? I know what evidence I can use. I'm not sure what order they want me to use it in, though. This part's always so annoying. Nope, they're still not gonna let me do it. Why aren't they letting me use it? I don't understand. Oh, why does it have to be so specific? Can I just, like, restart over again? No, that was the same thing from before. Was this the part I didn't press on? I think I missed one. Oh yeah, I think I missed this part. I think that was my fault, so I just took down my whole health bar for no reason. I'm a research student at a university. I was taking pictures to use in my research.
Can you be more specific about your research? What does the witness's motive in camping by the lake have to do with the case? Answer is nothing. I object in the line of questioning. Objection sustained. Well then, say it already. Huh. But Your Honor...
Yeah, brother, they want to try and hold me in town?
Have that. And if that happens, you'll have to leave the courtroom immediately, understand?
Nick, Lotta's testimony is fishy. Nick, real fishy.
I know what you mean, it's literally fishy. I can't say anything, what can I do?
I believe we've covered the evidence sufficiently to make a decision.
Then please pass your judgment.
Miles Edgeworth, please take the stand. Who is that?
It was me.
Is something wrong? Did you need to use the facilities?
I do not. Lotta Hart, your testimony stinks. It's unclear whether you were actually looking at the lake. It's highly doubtful that you actually saw Mr. Edgeworth. Tell us the truth. This is a matter of life or death. Did you really clearly see Mr. Edgeworth that night? Did you see him fire the pistol?
You will stand down. The court does not acknowledge the defense's outburst.
Answer me, Lotta. What's the big idea treating me like some kind of criminal? I saw him, I swear. I saw Edgeworth.
Enough. Judge, declare the defense in contempt of court.
I'm sorry, you're one. God, it's what, mister. Right, have the room. Is in contempt of court and must leave.
Now, now.
Wait.
I was the one who made the outburst, Your Honor. Nick is innocent.
What's the difference? All that remains is the guilty verdict to be declared. Isn't that right, Phoenix? Phoenix Wright? Wrong. Wrong! What? Did you hear what Miss Hawk just said? She said she clearly saw Mr. Edgeworth. That was not in her testimony. That changes her testimony, and I have a right to cross-examine her again.
Order! 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 Order!
You're in contempt of court. It's too late for wild claims. Judge, sustain my objection.
No! I cannot. What? Miss Lana Hart has made a new testimony. The defense does have a right to cross-examine her again.
But he isn't in contempt of court.
No, I am. If you're going to arrest someone, arrest me.
Very well, my FA. You will leave the courtroom immediately.
Nick, I did what I could. You have to do the rest. Good luck.
Maya. Now I don't have my body. I care not for this melodrama. Listen well, Mr. Wright. I do not tolerate badgering on my witness. I'm running out of time. I better find a contradiction here else. Yeah, my health bar is gone, so I probably need to, or else I'm gonna lose. And I have to restart this all over again, probably. Mia wasn't there, it was just Maya anyway.
Mr. Wright, begin your examination.
I saw clear as day. The man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth.
That's it? Well, what about the other man? You cannot expect to be allowed to blithely ignore your promise, Mr. Wright. I believe you claimed there was a contradiction in the witness' testimony. We'll find it, if you can.
Mr. Wright, I have to assign you a penalty.
I'm dead.
That was dumb. Why'd they give me a thing for that? Oh, they just end the game too. Now I have to fast forward through all this junk. Is there like a speed up button? I guess we just have to mash through it. That was my fault, though. I kept trying to present evidence when I couldn't. Because I thought that was the right time, too. But, they wouldn't let me. It was one of those things where, logically, we would want to bring that up, but the game doesn't want us to bring it up right then. So I made myself die for no reason. Luckily, we know what to do now. For the first part, at least. So we can kind of go through this faster, at least. Oh wait, they're making me start this whole thing over again? I thought they gave us a save point at the break, didn't they? Well, that stinks. What parts did I have to... Forget what parts they made me do this for. Oh yeah, that part didn't matter. The poppycock stuff. Can't believe I made myself die. We just need the murder weapon and put into evidence. We need to learn that it had the fingerprints on it. Okay, then we're good. That should be that part. At least the text goes fast enough. That was my fault, though. I feel bad now. Trying to solve the puzzle already, but I'm going too many steps ahead. Stinks. Can't we just ask them all the right questions right away? Oh, I think something caught in my teeth for a second there. Felt weird. Hurried up. We'll save it when I do this. We're about there. Almost. Pretty sure I had to do it on, hold it on all these. That thing. Sounds pretty sure. Scanned it. Okay, there we go. Get through all that stuff. Wrong. Okay, we got all that. That took a while. Uh. Okay, right, that's it. Save here. We didn't lose. It's fine.
Got you. Got you, Miss Hot. Finally.
What? You got what?
Look at this photograph.
The photo I took?
They're the very same. There's something I want you to see in this photo. It's quite clearly visible. The fog, Miss Hot.
Is it so?
The picture was taken with professional high-quality film, correct? Yet even it could not capture the faces of the men on the boat. Yet you claim you saw Mr. Edgeworth. How?
What?
Mr. Wright has a point.
That's why I told her not to say that in her testimony, please. Yet she has said it, Mr. Von Comma. How could you possibly see Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself.
Miss Hart,
What?
could you see the defendant that night?
Of course. I said I could, and I meant I could. And
Then please testify as to the circumstances of your sighting.
I did it. I finally found a hole in Van Colla's carefully vague testimony.
You're right. It was cold that night, and the fog was thick as grits. So once I finished setting up my camera, I got back in my car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. When I heard that noise out on the lake, I looked with my binoculars. See, no problem.
You use binoculars? Very well, you may begin your cross-examination.
Oh. What evidence would they want me to use?
So, how could you see Edgeworth?
And just hold your horses for a second, you hasty Yankee types never find a gal where I'm from.
Defense attorneys have trouble with that as it is.
Nobody loves me. Your camera?
Hey, it's got an automatic.
Is it issue recovered here? With here is Miss Hart seeing Mr. Edgeworth. The camera has nothing to do with it at all. He's not letting her answer any of my questions. Binoculars.
Yeah, binoculars.
Yesterday you mentioned that you were out looking for shooting stars, correct?
Well, yeah.
Wouldn't you need a telescope, not binoculars, for that? I've got doubts about your camera, too. Was that really to take pictures of a meteor shower?
I know she was looking for the monster. I just wasn't sure when we were going to be able to bring that up.
The camera is irrelevant for this case. You can't say that for certain.
Mr. Wright, is the camera really relevant to the case? You believe it is, you may continue with the line of questioning.
But know this. If you find nothing with this, there will be consequences.
Mr. Wright, you wish to press further about the camera?
The camera is of most importance, Your Honor. It's perhaps the key in this entire case. Therefore, I continue my line of questioning. Wow, me, I went a little overboard there.
Very well, Miss Hart, you will testify to the court about the camera.
Take a picture when a loud noise is detected, faces the lake. Yeah, what loud noises would you hear from this? Can't I just pick that right there? What do you mean?
Even binoculars can't see through fog, but you say you saw him clearly?
I did, yeah.
Enough. There's no room in doubt for the testimony. Just sounded doubtful to me. I have to find the clear contradiction. I don't care how many common exemptions I get. I'm going to find a hole in this testimony the last thing I do. Miss Hart, what made you choose that lake to photograph meteors? You know, the fog gets thick on the lake. It's not very suited for stargazing.
Well, y'all, see, I guess I wasn't thinking straight.
Mr. Wright, I will not have you battering my witness because of her challenged intellect.
Now, wait a minute.
Continue your testimony. You were saying how you saw Mr. Edgeworth. No unnecessary comments, please.
No, they're not letting me use it. Why aren't they letting me use it now? It's clear she wasn't taking... maybe I was supposed to show the camera first. Okay, yeah, that's my fault.
You were photographing shooting stars? That's a lie.
Says who?
I saw the camera you set up yesterday. It was pointed directly at the lake. You have to point a camera upwards to take photos of the stars, Miss Hart.
Oh.
Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
The witness was not at the lake photographing shooting stars, Your Honor.
Well then, what exactly was she photographing?
Okay, now I do it. No, brother? I always show it at the wrong time.
Miss Hart, this is what you are trying to photograph.
This is? A newspaper article? Gordy? Ah, the sighting of Gordy at the lake.
Well, Miss Hart,
I never heard of no lake monster. You got no proof or nothing. Let's see you prove that I was down the lake trying to photograph this Gordy.
I have it. Proof.
Intriguing. Very well, let's see it. No joking around this time, please.
Wouldn't it just be the camera?
Here's my proof. It's simple.
Go home. Consider it a career change. What? Do they want me to just show the camera again? Or do they want me to show a map of the lake? Nope. No, brother. Do they want me to just show it again? Oh, really? They just wanted me to show the camera again? So I should have just done that in the first place? That's dumb. That's stupid.
The proof, Miss Hart, is your own camera. Your camera was set to take photos in response to loud noises, correct? Thus the photograph here was taken when a gun fired on the lake.
That's why I thought they wanted me to show the picture.
And here this article about Gordy. According to this article, Gordy made loud noise when it merged. Well, you were trying to photograph Gordy, weren't you? That's why you had set your camera in response to loud noises.
Order. I see. I too thought it was a little strange.
Yeah, sure. Well, Miss Hart, You were camping there to try and take a photo of Gordy, weren't you?
Yeah, not bad. You all know he was that smart. The smart boy was down there trying to photograph Gordy. He got me. So what?
Huh?
That don't change what I saw, does it?
Exactly. Exactly. What you just several precious minutes of a time is nothing more than a witness is an idiot who thinks monsters exist.
Hi.
But as she so smoothly said, so what? It changes nothing.
Not true. You were hiding the whole thing about Gordy for some reason, I know it. What could have it been? Whatever it is, I'm getting to the bottom of this.
Mr. Hart, why did you hide the fact that you were searching for Gordy from the court? Please revise your testimony.
Right, fine, I'll testify. It won't change nothing, though.
Something will change, it has to. I'm going to spot it.
He's all nervous now. Picture a monster like that. While I was camping out by the lake. And I heard the bang, I looked right straight at the lake. There wasn't much else to look at. I just watched the boat the whole time. And I saw a flash near one of the men's hands. And I heard another gunshot. But there was 3 gunshots. So why didn't she hear the third one?
Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
The witness' testimony is unchanged from before. Whether she is a research student or a photographer has no bearings on the case. There's no need to waste more of our time with another pointless cross-examination. I claim the defense is right to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. He doesn't want me to cross-examine her, because why? Was there a contradiction?
Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. You seem sure of yourself, you must have something in mind.
Very funny.
You understand this is your last chance at cross-examination, right?
Yeah, so you'll make us leave if we mess up. Might as well just save it again, just so I don't have to go through all that junk again. I'll probably mess up, since I kinda know what they want me to do, but...
And what manner of person are you?
I'm not sure I'm high-faultin' enough to be called man or anything.
An investigative photographer.
Yep. You get your photo and sell it to the press. It's that kind of business. Hey, I was taking pictures at my sister's graduation last year, and guess what?
What?
There was a UFO just hanging there in the sky.
UFO?
You know, an unidentified flying object, a UFO. That's when I had a sort of revelation. I knew I should become an investigating photographer.
I see. Kind of shaky basis for a career. Why didn't he object to that? Is Gordy really that newsworthy?
Heck, gay. I even had him up on TV.
I'm not sure that appearing on local news Rumor of the Month segment qualifies. Last month's segment was Bigfoot sighted on Acorn Hill, I believe.
Hey, they also had a picture of him in the newspaper for real.
Mr. Wright, there's one fight I do not believe you can win. Let's keep moving, shall we?
Yes, Your Honor. That's why you put the automatic sensors on your camera.
Yep, borrowed it from the university professor. It analyzes every sound it picks up, and when it gets a bang,
It snaps a shot.
yep.
So how many pictures has it taken so far?
The only time the camera was triggered was that night. That's not all I was hiding.
What? I think it's time you told us why you felt you had to hide the true purpose of the lake.
Heck, if word got out I was up to the lake, could be swarming competitors.
Competitors?
Yeah, second-rate shutterbugs trying to steal my scoop.
Is that the only reason you were hiding the truth?
Well, actually,
Mr. Wright,
I'll have you asking questions with no relevance to this case. Whatever you say, Von Kana, I know you told her to keep quiet.
straight at the lake.
Exactly what sort of sound was it?
Well, never heard it before, so can't say for sure, but it sounded like a gunshot. It was a lot sharper sound than I thought I would have expected. Wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched the boat the whole time. I saw a flash near one of the men's hands and heard another gunshot.
Was there nothing else on the lake but the boat at the time?
Wait, so you thinking maybe you were shot from some other place? I don't think so, no. Lake was as smooth as glass. Nobody was on the shore neither.
Gotta find some sort of contradiction in testimony. Won't be able to beat Kama that way. Has to be something.
I heard the bang. I looked right at the lake. Okay, they're not gonna let me use this. Why aren't they letting me use it? She clearly said that she only heard 2 gunshots, but there's 3 bullets. There's 3 shots taken. Why can't I use it now? It's weird that they don't. Camping out by the lake.
There wasn't much else to look at?
Yep.
I don't know. She heard a bang and she thought Gordy was out there. Kind of doubt she'd waste any time looking at the boat.
What? What do I do now? You give me that look for?
Definitely suspicious. Maybe it's time for some evidence.
Hold your hush puppies, Pops. I'm getting there.
Heard another gunshot. Is there nothing else on the lake? Yeah, we already heard that part.
Wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched the boat the whole time. Is that the part I have to have evidence for? Saw a flash near one man's hands. I feel like they want me to use the gun because it shot 3 times. We only have 1 bullet, and she only heard 2 shots. And maybe they want me to press on everything to actually cause an event to happen, so I'll do that first. We'll just go through these parts again real quick. This is the last piece. Yeah, you object. I think I didn't click it again to this one. There we go. Much else to look at. Hot news. That stuff. Match the murder weapon's barrel. But the murder weapon, fired 3 times, bears the prints of Edgeworth's right hand. I just don't know where they want me to use it. I feel like this is the piece of evidence they want me to use, unless they want me to keep using camera over and over again. Or if they want me to say that there should have been 3 photos. But I'm pretty sure it took pictures in succession, so that wouldn't have mattered. You would have had to swap out the film. Try it again. Nope. Why doesn't that not work? I don't get it. Why does it not work? Do they want me to use some other piece of evidence for some reason first? Looked right out at the lake. Nope. I guess we're just gonna save scum it. I don't get what they want me to use. I feel like they want me to use stuff around these 3 last parts of her testimony. But I don't get why I can't use any of the actual evidence that would make sense. What evidence am I supposed to use if I can't use the evidence that makes sense? Nope. What is it? I feel like they want me to use this. Nope. Well. Time to go through it all. Oops, I accidentally hit the same one. No, I didn't mean to do that. Save scum it all the way. That wouldn't make sense. My FA's face wouldn't make sense there. Wait, was the Loch Ness Monster part? Why? Because she was trying to take pictures of that? She heard the loud noise, so she would go out to it. But I thought we would talk about the whole thing with the 3 bullets. I don't know. That doesn't make sense. It seems weird, leap in logic, but whatever.
Were you really looking at that boat? I totally believe this whole line of thought. Don't worry, I didn't reset reality a few times.
What's with you? Of course I was looking at it. It's the only thing out there, and a normal person would be looking at it.
I'm not used to them using more than one piece of evidence multiple times. It's weird.
I agree, any normal person would. But you are far from normal.
What?
You don't want to step over here and say that? You're camping at the lake to take a picture of Gordy. Think about it. What would you do if you heard a loud noise? You'd be scanning the lake for any sign of Gordy. That's what you give... That's why you wouldn't give a boat a second thought.
And you didn't use the word scanning before. I wish they just had something else for the Gordy piece of evidence or something, so I could focus on that easier.
You justify that you're watching the boat through binoculars, however you wouldn't need binoculars to watch that boat. You needed them to search for Gordy. That's what you're doing.
Well, well, now that y'all mention it, I did sort of take my binoculars and kind of scan the lake a bit. I mean, Gordy might be out there and all.
Miss Hart, are you saying that you were not watching the boat then?
Sorry, Leo. I wasn't fibbing, really. I just thought, you know, I could be a witness to a murder and all, and I kind of got sad.
Can't she get fined for this?
I was sure I was watching that boat till now.
It's totally uncalled for.
But hey, you got the photograph, you got proof.
Still, we can't see who was shooting in the photo.
Right. That's why I took this photo.
Witness, that's enough. You've had a long day, shut your pie hole.
Shut my what?
What was she going to say? She took the photo and what? Wait a second.
She even had a photograph to prove it.
But you really can't tell from the photo who's shooting.
That's why she said she is going to enlarge the photo. Said it'll drop the quality it might, but should let us see who's who.
She enlarged that photo. Why won't Van Cohen let us show it? I've got a hunch. I bet that enlarged photo shows something bad for Von Ka. This is my chance. If I'm wrong, though, it'll mean prison for Edgeworth or worse. What should I do?
Of course. Make her show it.
Miss Hart, look at this photo. You enlarged this photo, did you not?
Yeah, I did.
Why has that enlargement not been presented to the court? Because it does not exist.
What are y'all talking about? You're the one who told me not to show it in court in the first place, you old fool.
Oh. Getting told. Keeping evidence away.
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Van Gogh?
Miss Hart. Show us the photo of the court. Show us the enlargement. The prosecution objects to the submission of this.
Objection denied. The witness will show the enlargement to the court.
Here it is.
We still cannot see who is firing. It could be the defendant, or maybe not. Regardless, I'll accept this as evidence.
Happy now, Mr. Wright. Has to be something. You asked for the enlargement, you got the enlargement. And no good has it done any of us. That's why I requested she not show it.
Well, this means the cross-examination
is over, obviously.
And I would like to close the cross-examination, Miss Laura Hart.
And none too soon. That was a friggin' waste of time.
Do you have anything to add, Mr. Van Kammer?
I've stated everything I needed when this trial began. Deciphered evidence, a decisive witness. What else could possibly be required?
Nothing, of course. Then I believe it is time to declare a verdict.
Wait, it's not supposed to go like this. There has to be a clue in this photo somewhere.
The gun looks different, right?
This is bad, real bad. What should I do? Wait. Your Honor, this evidence.
No, I guess it is the same gun. I mean, are the coats different? I mean, people standing in bow look like different people, but yeah. Hmm. Maybe they're too similar. They can automatically... Yeah, it's the same as before.
I believe we've spent enough time talking about evidence. Indeed. We've heard opinions on every piece of evidence but this enlargement. See no point retracing our steps.
This is bad, really bad. What should I do? Your Honor, there's something decidedly strange with this enlargement.
What might that be? Mr. Wright? You'll show us the court what you mean. What about this photo is strange?
Okay, here goes nothing. Show the judge what's strange about this photo.
I guess the flash?
Here you are, Your Honor.
Where?
Oh, brother. Do they want me to point over more to the gun itself? Or...
Here, Your Honor.
The shooter? I'm not sure I understand. What about the shooter is strange?
Look at the hand holding the pistol.
The hand?
And directly contradicts another piece of evidence. This man's left hand.
This man's left hand does what?
Let me show you. I'll show you the evidence that left hand it contradicts.
Oh yeah, because it was his right hand. Right.
The evidence is clear. The man in this photograph is holding that pistol with it in his left hand. However, the prints on the murder weapon were from Edgeworth's right hand. Ergo, the man shooting the pistol in this photograph is not Mr. Edgeworth.
Boom. Didn't even think about that one. So they got me with that one. I did pretty terrible in this case so far.
Now that everyone else in the courtroom has quieted down, I would like to reconvene the court of law. Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you given us definitive proof today? We now know that it was not Mr. Edgeworth who fired the pistol that night. However, this leaves us with a rather large problem. If Mr. Edgeworth didn't do it, then who shot our victim?
Precisely. As we have seen, there were no other people on the boat on the lake that night. Who but the defendant could have shot the man?
Miss Hart, the victim himself?
There's only one explanation remaining. The man who shot the victim was none other than the victim himself.
Order! Order! So are you saying that the victim committed suicide?
Yes, Your Honor. I can't think of of another explanation.
Indeed, that does seem to be the only remaining option.
I'm so very sorry, Mr. Wright, but suicide is out of the question.
What, are they going to say that Edgeworth's lavish buttons on his shirt deflected the bullet and hit it into the guy? But it was a clean shot.
What?
Examination of the victim's wound reveals the distance of which he was shot.
The distance?
The victim was clearly shot further than a meter away.
A meter? That's 3 feet.
There's no way it could have been suicide. Order! Order! Are you sure of this accuracy in your data?
Of course. I'd already considered the possibility of suicide, you see.
3 feet.
I see. Very well, I'll only state my opinion. Considering the situation, the shooter had to be the defendant, Mr. Edgeworth. However, The prince and the groom revealed that the shooter was not Mr. Edgeworth. This is a conundrum. Therefore, I would like to suspend the proceedings for this trial for the day. The court orders the defense and prosecution to first investigate this matter. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ellipses. Court is adjourned.
Well, we got another day.
Ah, that was a close one. Hey, don't you have anything to say?
No, I have not. I have yet to be declared innocent, right?
Well, yeah, but what happened out there on the lake anyway? If you didn't commit suicide, then who? The shooter was about a meter away, too.
What? Don't give me that look. I did not kill him.
I was just kidding around. Look, I'm going to go check on Maya.
Oh. Right.
What?
Tell her something for me.
What?
Tell her to watch what she says in court. That's all.
Would it kill you to just state how you really feel? But thanks, Edgeworth. Was to question the transcript of Lola's entire testimony. I thought it might give me some ammunition for the trial tomorrow. Of course, she didn't see the shooter, so the only part of her testimony that stood was the bang she heard.
So are we going to see that there's a scuba diver pointing a gun? And that was who the Loch Ness Monster thing was? That's what I'm guessing is gonna happen. Anyways, I did that, but I just saved it too. And I just realized I'm like 30 minutes over, so we're gonna stop here. Did a lot today. Loch Ness Monster with a Glock. Loch Ness Monster own people at 350. Always. It always happens, every time. Can't get away from it. But yeah, we'll continue this more on Wednesday. Tomorrow, I don't know what I'll play. I'll play something. There'll be some video game played. I have a lot of week this I have a lot of week this work. That's how that works. That's how much work I have. So I don't know if I'll take any breaks or something, but I probably don't need to, maybe. We'll see. Either way, for anyone who showed up, thank you guys for coming. Hope you all enjoyed. Do I still have a few people in here? I don't know. I know not many people are talking in here. No one I know is ever streaming when I have people, ironically. I'm looking at my raid list. One person is like an actual popular streamer. Actual popular streamer means they have over 100 viewers. And that's it. I need to expand my follower list or something. I never do it. I probably should more. Oh yeah, hey T-Call. You caught me right at the end here. But thanks for dropping in. Oh, you were lurking? Well, thank you for lurking, then. I appreciate it. Either way, tomorrow I'll probably play like a card game or something. They have an event going on in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. I might do that. I don't know what else there would be to play. I could look for another Switch game. I guess I could try and play Fire Emblem. Just to play it more, but I don't know if my Switch will blow up if I do that. Because that's actually more intensive. My Switch feels pretty hot right now, and I'm just playing this game. Either way, we'll figure out something. See you guys. Have a good day, everyone.